So what we've seen over the past few days here in Santa Cruz is no doubt a flood. So if you've had damage to your home, water damage, water in the basement or in the lower level, that claim would have to go through your flood policy.
Hello everyone, I'm Dennis Scott with the Strock team, and I'm here with Tanner Tedsen of Tedsen Insurance. And during these times of weather conditions that are quite abnormal and unusual, and it's causing a lot of wreckage to homes and businesses here in the county, it's important to have an understanding of flood insurance and the importance of it, quite frankly. And Tanner's here to give us some of those subtle differences between home insurance and flood insurance. So Tanner, can you let us know a little bit about what is flood insurance, how we are covered by it, and some ways to know if our home qualifies for home insurance?
Totally. Great question, Dennis. Thank you so much for having me. Great being here. We're actually on the SoCal Creek right now, which you can see behind us is, pretty high. Not as high as it was a couple days ago, but it's still, an extreme hazard out there, and we want to make sure we're doing what we can to protect ourselves against it. So I think the best way to start talking about flood insurance is to talk about how it's separate from your homeowner's insurance. So when you purchase a home, you get a homeowner's insurance policy. All homeowners insurance policies exclude flood. So that means you have to get a separate flood policy. This is very similar to earthquake policies. Those are two perils that your homeowners will not cover you for. So we want to make sure that we have a policy for that. When it comes to flood insurance, the flood is defined by a sudden surge of water. This could be from rivers, from creeks, from rainfall, from tidal surges, and it has to affect 2 or more homes. Or if you're, in the farmland, it has to be 2 or more acres. So what we've seen over the past few days here in Santa Cruz is no doubt a flood. So if you've had damage to your home, water damage, water in the basement or in the lower level, that claim would have to go through your flood policy. So on your flood policy, there's 2 basic coverages. You have the building coverage, and then you have contents coverage. So the building coverage is going to cover repairs, if you need to replace flooring, if you need to do some foundation work, that type of thing. Contents is going to cover your personal property.
Okay.
So when it comes to flood insurance, it's an optional item for most people. The only time it's required is if you're in a special flood zone, and your lender is going to let you know if you're in a flood zone and if you need flood insurance in order to close the loan.
Okay.
So a lot of times, if we're not in a flood zone, we don't think about flood. But this storm we've had over the past week is a perfect example that shows you, even if you're not in a typical flood area or in a typical flood zone, damages could happen. So it's always worthwhile to get a quote, see what it's going to look like to add flood insurance to your portfolio. It's going to give you the peace of mind that if something like this does happen again, your home's going to be repaired, your belongings are going to be replaced, your family's going to be taken care of, and they're going to be put up in a hotel or in a rental while the work's being done.
Nice.
So even though it can be an additional expense when going into home ownership, it's something that's going to give you the peace of mind to know you're covered.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Oftentimes, Tanner, homeowners, and when they're purchasing the home insurance, they look at it as an extra added on expense to their mortgage and their insurance and everything that comes with owning a home. However, you don't have to think about it until it's too late, right? So it's just like car insurance. You don't plan on getting into a car accident, but if it happens, you're happy that you have the insurance. Mm-hmm. With situations like this, you're happy if you have flood insurance, because what Tanner mentioned is it covers a certain amount of property damage as long as your personal belongings. So it's very important to come in, speak with Tanner at Tedsen Insurance, and get this information. And if you're looking for more information, don't hesitate to reach out. I know Tanner is here and more than willing to help you guys with any questions you may have. And if you're affected by the floods, reach out to Tanner anyway. He may have resources to help you guys out, to point you in the right direction. Is there anything else you'd like to touch on?
Yeah, for our goal at our agency is just to provide total protection. We want to look at your entire risk profile, we call it. So we're not going to just figure out your auto insurance. We're going to point out different areas in your day-to-day life where you might be at risk, and we're going to offer some solutions to protect you against that. Mm-hmm. Like you were saying, we do have a lot of resources. I have contacts with people that do remediation and repairs for homes and businesses. So hit me up. I want to be a resource. I want to be there to help. That's the goal of our agency.
All right, guys, thank you for sharing this time with us. And if you've gotten any benefit or if you've learned anything you haven't learned before, please send us a direct message or leave a comment below, like and share this. And I'm here to help as well as Tanner. All right, have a good day.